Hi, welcome to Market Alert for Monday the 27th of March 2017. First things first, we have got to do a bit of housekeeping. We've got to change the times in the software back to the default settings because early hours of this morning the clocks were put forward for the British summertime change, or daylight savings as it's known to our American friends. So what we need to do is to come into the software. Let me just release the screen and into settings, primary trade times, and we need to change this to 14:35, 16:30, 18:30 and 20:30. Then left click on apply, and you'll see this is changed now, but don't worry about that. So we're going to look at the live trades from Friday, not what's on the screen there. And then come up to File and make sure that you save it so that when you open the software on Tuesday morning or Monday morning, if you're watching this on the Sunday, and change it, that the times will be back and synced with the US. Right, on Friday, well, interesting day. Started off very boring, which was to be expected. We had a situation where, as I said before, Trump was desperate to actually get the healthcare bill through, but unfortunately it failed, which you can see here. So his ultimatum failed to yield more yes votes. And what happened in the end is he then sent out a tweet, as he normally does. And you'll see here that he's talking about Obamacare will explode. Who knows what's going to explode? There's a lot that could explode at the moment, including the financial markets, because of a lack of this. As I've said for weeks and weeks and weeks in this Market Alert, and it's coming to fruition, they absolutely hate this man. And if this is the tip of the iceberg, as far as I'm concerned, in actually digging their heels in and making sure he doesn't get anything through Congress or the House. So it's going to be an interesting year going forward, and in particular when we get to the debt ceiling, which is to be, I think, about June when that one will come into effect. And what I mean by come into effect, I mean actually the vote will come into effect. They've got enough money to see them through for the next 3 months, but after that it gets interesting. So Friday we had the market trading sideways, which is why I warned in Friday morning's Market Alert that it was likely to do this, because they're waiting for the vote in Congress, and that turned out to be correct because the market traded sideways. And as you see as we go through, the first three trades were losing trades, and I said unless it picks up, stand aside, keep your gunpowder dry. The market started to pick up a bit, and again I'm going to hold my hands up and say I didn't trade because it was my wife's birthday, so we went out. Again, it's cheaper than a divorce. So the market then moved sideways, and that's when obviously the news came out that the vote didn't go through, and then that sent the market with a bit of support, which you can see you've got here where you get the bounce, and then eventually the market moves lower. We get another sell signal, and the market moves down to this one, and then down to this one, and then of course we get down to the 20,600 level, which is just around here, and you'll see exactly what happens in a minute. Market drives through and then down to the 26,050, and this is where it gets really interesting because you start to get the volume increasing at this level, and then you'll see more buying coming into the market here. Market comes off the low in this bar, and then you'll see prices shoot up before the close. So they'll do anything to bring this market back again at the moment, which is interesting. I'm thinking that Monday overnight prices might start to show some weakness. There's no doubts about it. We are heading for the sell in May, go away as well, which generally works. There haven't been many years when the market hasn't corrected in May. So it's certainly an interesting time coming up. And also, if we have a look at the daily chart, so we can look at this one because the times don't affect this one. Again, as I said in Friday's market alert, watch this level. The market came down through it and then down to the next one that was drawn in there at 527 as well, before finding support and moving back to the upside. So let's remove these lines. We've got those in there now. There was quite a bit of volume around on Friday, certainly a bit more than there was on Thursday, but we've certainly seen an increase in volume over the last few days with regards to this market. You can see there that it's certainly increased during the last few days. Let's have a quick look at the news out for Monday. What we got here, we've got the Sunday daylight savings. We've done that. Let's move to Monday. Let's just get rid of some of these. Right, there we are. So what have we got tomorrow? Kaplan speaking again, Evans speaking again. Interesting. Tuesday, anything major? Crude oil inventories on Wednesday. Kaplan speaking again. Gosh, they're busy at the moment in the Federal Reserve. Kaplan speaking again on Thursday and Friday. No Yellen this week. It looks like a fairly quiet week on the news from Kaplan speaking again on Friday. He's actually doing some work for a change here. He's out every day speaking, so interesting to see what comes this week then. If they're wheeling out some of the minor guns in the Federal Reserve, there must be something coming down the line, I would have thought to be the case. Right, and let's have a look at the implied volatility. This up again on Friday. Let me just adjust the screen setting here so you can see it. So yeah, on Friday we've got a situation where the market, let's draw this in for you, we got 10.64. Obviously the uncertainty in the market is seeing the implied volatility being marked up at this time, so perfectly natural, perfectly normal. We just do with seeing some really big sell-offs to the downside now just to accelerate things. Right, that's it for today. I'll report in the morning if there is anything that happens overnight, like the futures are down or anything like that, but we'll have to wait and see. Don't forget to change the primary trade times in the software, but other than that, I'll report in towards the afternoon. As ever, thanks for watching, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and see you in the next one.